entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my top 10 video for the best movies of 2015. Now every year we come together, you know, a lot of movie reviewers come together and just do a top 10 list, kind of giving their own opinion on what was the best movies of the year. And I had to write mine down actually, because there's a lot I have to mention and a lot I have to say before I just dive into my top 10. And to let you know, there's been a lot of movies this year I have not got a chance to see. Alright, I did not get a chance to see them. And I'll let you know those movies by the end of this list. But let's get started on the top 10 because I really want to dive into it. But I have a few honorable mentions I'd like to say before I get started. I really enjoyed Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F. For me, it was, as a Dragon Ball Z fan and a fan of the fight sequences, I really enjoyed it a lot. Actually, on Blu-ray, I watched it like 5 times since I got it on Blu-ray. Really enjoy that one. Every time I see it, I like it even just a bit more. Goosebumps. I love Jack Black as Arl Stein. I thought it was very fun. I'm a huge fan of the television series back in like the 90s. It Follows. I really enjoyed that one, even though that's probably a 2014 movie, but I don't give a shit. Yeah, it's a 2014 movie. Fuck my life. Excuse my language. Jurassic World. Really enjoyed that one. I thought it was a great comeback after the two I really didn't care too much about. I really enjoyed the first one and Sicario. And I'll give it a shout out, Everest. I really enjoyed those movies, but they didn't make my list. So let's get started with my number 10, which is Be Surprised. Not much people have this on the list, and I can see why, but I personally enjoyed the hell out of it. Black Mass with Johnny Depp. I know what you're going to say. Wow, that's not really what would be in my top 10, but that's okay because every movie is subjective. I liked it a lot. You didn't have to like it. I really liked it. So it's my number 10 because I thought Johnny Depp had an amazing performance in it. He took me by surprise. I was on the edge of my seat for most of the movie. I really enjoyed the mobster genre, and I really got a kick out of Black Mass. It was very dark, gritty, and Johnny Depp was just terrifying, so I really enjoyed it. Number 9 is Inside Out, Disney Pixar's probably best movie in my opinion since, for me, The Incredibles. Really, that's my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. That's fine. But Inside Out for me was just something that I never really knew they could do with the emotions in your head, that we can show our emotions in our head and how they act and what they do and how the mind works, and it's so beautifully done that it almost makes sense that everything in our head is operated by little people. It's crazy, I know, but I really enjoyed it, and it's a very good, like, heartfelt movie too. I really got teary-eyed in it. It didn't make me cry or nothing, but I still felt really like I actually kind of connected with the character a little bit more after I saw it, so that was pretty good. Number 8 is, well, The Hateful Eight, Quentin Tarantino's new movie. For me, I did not like this probably as much as Django Unchained. Now the more I think about it, at first I was like, oh wow, this is a masterpiece, and it is a masterpiece. It's a Quentin Tarantino movie. The dialogue is masterful. No doubt he'll at least be nominated for Best Screenplay. But, yeah, very beautifully looking movie, really funny movie, really dark movie, really, off the walls, balls crazy. It's so much fun to watch, and how these characters, how they'll get so developed in the time they're on screen. It's crazy. Samuel L. Jackson is amazing in the movie. If you have not seen it, check it out. There's at least like a 2-minute scene of him talking about junk, and it's crazy. Really enjoyed the movie, so it makes my number 8. Number 7 is Creed, the first Rocky movie I've seen of all. I have not seen any Rocky movie besides Creed, and yet I love the hell out of it. I think it's a fantastic movie. People are saying it's up there with the first Rocky, and now I really want to see the first Rocky. Don't worry, I'm already going to be taking a day, one of these days, putting on a whole bunch of older movies I have not seen, and Rocky is going to be in one of those. Probably the whole franchise, actually. Kind of want to see them all now. Creed is a good way to get started into that. So yeah, check out Creed if you have not seen Creed. Beautiful directing, by the way. Number 6 is Bridge of Spies, the new Steven Spielberg movie. Now, I'm a huge Steven Spielberg fan. I think one of my favorite movies that he's ever done would be probably Jaws. I really like Part 2. Yeah, I've seen a lot of Steven Spielberg movies, but Bridge of Spies to me was by far probably the best thriller of the year, in my opinion. You don't have to agree with me, that's fine, but at a thrill, and like, the drama worked, everything worked, and the fact it was based on your story just made it a period piece, and it was beautifully directed, and I loved it. I loved it very much. Number 5, here's the top 5 best movies of the year, in my personal opinion. You got number 5, you got The Martian with Matt Damon. Such an awesome movie. Ridley Scott, one of my favorite movies he's ever directed is Gladiator, and to see him do something like this, come back to like the science fiction genre, and just blow it out of the park is just awesome. I love The Martian. It was so good. So I almost character so much. It was so much fun to watch. It was a really funny movie. If you have not seen it, definitely check it out. Number 4, big surprise, no. Mad Max Fury Road. This movie, all the practical effects, everything that they did with this movie. George Miller, the director, is phenomenal. He's up there in his age, and he's still directing these movies like he was like 20 years old. It's crazy. I loved it. It was so much fun to watch. An exhilarating car chase movie. What you go see in this kind of movie is the intense action and whatnot, and I did get to see that, so really, really happy with what I saw. It was so much fun. Check it out if you have not. Number 3 is a recent movie I saw like a couple days ago, really. The Revenant. What a phenomenal... I loved Birdman. What a phenomenal... I'm not going to even bother to say the director's name, forgive me, but what a phenomenal job you did. It was so beautiful. You captured the revenge in it. It was so amazing to watch. It's probably one of my favorite theater experiences of the year, hands down, easily. So beautiful to watch. The camera work, everything, the characters, so dark, so gritty. Such a violent movie. The violence looked real. It was so great. I loved it. It was awesome. Review will be coming soon for that and The Hateful Eight. Haven't done my reviews for them yet. Number 2. Yes, Star Wars The Force Awakens is my number 2. Number 2 is The Force Awakens. My favorite theater experience of the year, hands down, no doubt. It is by far... It's such a big, supreme step up from the prequel movies. And it's just a great comeback after the original trilogy, and such a great, phenomenally fun movie, science fiction-wise. It is so much fun. J.J. Abrams did a magnificent job on the directing. The practical effects were there, the characters were there, the story was there, everything was there that needed to be there. I love that they played it safe, to be fairly honest with you, because if you came back after what you did with the prequels, and then there's a lot to it, I know, but you got it. People who are giving them crap because they played it safe, that... Actually, if it was totally different, like the prequels were totally different, if it was too different, it wouldn't have felt like Star Wars. You got to look at it was a phenomenal movie. It's going to be in everybody's top 10, I guarantee it. Pretty close, actually. So I love Star Wars The Force Awakens. It is my number 2, and you're probably shocked it's not my number 1. But there is a movie that I really, really enjoyed that is my number 1. And it is Studio Ghibli's When Marnie Was There. It's my favorite movie of the year. I bought it on Blu-ray. It was a blind buy. I did not know what I was getting myself into. I watched Spirited Away. I have not seen that many Studio Ghibli movies. But when I watched this, it hit me in such a connectional way. Like, with no spoiling or nothing, so don't worry. But the animation was beautiful. The filming was beautiful. The editing was beautiful. Everything about this movie was just done in such a beautiful way. And it was so poetic at points. It was so... mesmerizing, the scenes, the dialogue, it was just great, and I really enjoyed it. Overall, it's probably my favorite movie of the year. You got that. Star Wars is my second, so don't think just because I didn't have it at my first doesn't mean I like it any less. Don't get me wrong, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars. As you see, I just had the lightsaber. But When Marnie Was There, to me, hit me in such a way that I did not know I could be hit. So by far, probably, yeah, my favorite movie is When Marnie Was There. Guys, did you see that coming? Alright, now here's a list of movies I have not seen that you're probably thinking, why weren't they on the list? Well, let me get to it. Oh, and another honorable mention I should mention would be Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. That's another one I forgot to mention. But here's movies I have not seen this year, and there's a lot of them, really, to be honest. Ex Machina, Concussion, Room, Brooklyn, Legend, The Danish Girl, Spotlight, The Big Short, Kingsman: The Secret Service, and Steve Jobs. There's probably a whole bunch more I missed, and I'm sorry to say I missed them. But I at least saw enough movies to make a top 10 for you guys, so I hope you liked it, guys. That's my top 10. Let me know yours down below. I really want to hear your thoughts on 2015. It was a good year, I think. There were a lot of good movies and a lot of bad movies, and of course, we'll get to the bad movies later. But guys, as always, I do appreciate watching. Subscribe if you have not. Follow me on MoviePal.com. Follow me on Twitter. Be friends with me on Facebook. And guys, as always, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Yeah, thanks, guys.
Are you not entertained? Is this not why you were here?